it's me, Stormie, talking to you about another transit we've got coming up. Venus moving into Pisces. This is going to be happening March 12th, 2016 this time. And I love this because this is a very affectionate and affectionately known transit, actually, because it's what we call an exaltation, right? And you always want to find this kind of lift, because when it's an exalted pair, it means that both of them get to be the very best of who they are, what they can be, what they can bring to the table. And not only that, that they typically like being around each other. It's a very respectful, loving kind of pairing. So this kind of beautiful exaltation is one that we all get to benefit from. When Venus moves into Pisces, of course, she's happy, she's friendly, and all these things start to happen that you're like, I know I was never going to forgive that person. Like, I actually had it on my life agenda to never forgive that person or to never let that thing go. And what happens is this exaltation is expressed very much so in a stance of forgiveness, unconditional love, compassion. It's almost like, hearts that have been very frozen, or moments that have been very frozen for a long time, start to melt. And it's like, it's very much so that idea that we come into that space of understanding that the only real healing, the only real freedom that we have is in love. There's nothing to be had by holding resentment. There's nothing to be held by holding on to forgiveness and denying it to somebody else. We have no freedom there. It all comes from love. And it's a very cool time, I think, for a lot of healing energy to flow in a very other world kind of way. Now, Venus rules over beauty. She's also over art. She likes money. And Pisces is very creative. So when these come together, you really do get that other world kind of blissful, creative. It's almost like you're drunk. Truly, it can be a very drunk, blissful feeling without any chemicals to induce that, which is kind of cool. You may find yourself wanting to be more of service to other people, or just being compassionate to the needs of people around you. And also feeling like you really need someone to intimately hear and be compassionate to the needs that you're trying to express. But it doesn't happen in a selfish way. It's a very faith-based, selfless kind of energy, especially if you use it to grow in. And I want to say in the love zone, in the romance zone, this is where we can really see these. This is the thing. When Venus gets anywhere near Neptune energy, these are the Bopsy twins, right? I talk about them in the scopes. And in the love sector, can be where it's like, it's that fairy tale, right? It's that kind of love story or kind of energy where you may even be logically aware that maybe this situation's not going to last, or maybe this moment's not going to last, but that you'll make significant progress here, and you'll always be able to come back to that memory. Because sometimes it is like that. It's like, you meet this person and they're killing it. They're killing you. You really do find something bigger than you there. There's a lot of soulmate kind of energy there, and your soulmates remember, to help your soul expand. You're not to marry or partner with every soulmate. Sometimes we have soulmates and we have life mates, and one is not better than the other. So that's a thing to remember at this time too, because I wouldn't be surprised if soulmates present themselves in all forms: romantic, friendship, business, all of these other things. But either way, there's so much creativity, there's so much frou-frouism that I love, that in between the worlds kind of living that's going on, that you can expect to feel that. You can expect to feel more romantic, more creative, fall in love with things, fall in love with projects, fall back in love with yourself, right? So this placement, I think, it's just not selfish. It's a much more charitable kind of placement. It's a much more giving kind of placement. And it's also a placement that gives you an incredible sense of a connectivity and interdependence of the universe as a whole. So really, when we put these two together, we get to see Venus, we get to see Pisces really exalt each other, be the best that it can be, bring money in that tends to flow, or ideas of how to create money that tends to come in, art, music, all of these type of things. Oh my gosh, don't forget the music, okay? Put a little music in there. All right, guys, that is Venus in Pisces. I can't wait to hear what the transit feels like for you. Leave those comments down below, and I will talk to you guys very, very soon.